What is going on out in the internet world? Hey guys, how you doing? Nathan Roberts here. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in to Flat Earth Doctrine. Please hit the like button, thumbs up, as well as subscribe if you haven't yet done so. Hit the notification bell. And don't be surprised if YouTube unsubscribes you or somehow that happens. Just, it happens. I don't know how it happens, but it happens. It seems quite often. All right, so yeah. First of all, I want to say go to my website, FlatEarthDoctrine.com, if you haven't yet been there, and go check out the webpage. It's called Flat Earth Scriptures. I have over 200 scriptures that I've compiled and categorized for anyone who is truly a Berean of the Word and studies God's Word diligently. You will want to take a deep dive into that webpage and study it yourself. So this title is called Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes. A dude is a gun, ? This is a serious question. I am not joking about this in even the least right now. So I was given a clue through Facebook from someone who's been following what I've been doing in my research and trying to expose all these fakes and phonies and shills and deep state agents and liars and Satanists and witches and warlocks. And this person tagged me on a post where someone else had done a video, a screen share, showing that Pat Steer has an Etsy account associated with the A Girl is a Gun, which is a store that Pat Steer used to own in I guess it was New Orleans. And it was called, and I'm going to show you these screens, okay? Because I got to show this out. Okay. All right, so the first thing you're looking at is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 11. It says, "And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them." And that's what I'm doing here. That's all I'm trying to do here, okay? I'm not having fellowship, and I am reproving them. All right, so if you want to take a look at a playlist that I put together, it's called Fakes and Phonies in Flat Earth. And so far, I've got 13 videos. This will be the 14th for sure. I'll be adding this one to the collection. You'll want to check that out and share it with others. Okay, so this is Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes, and that is Pat Steer, has 18,641 subscribers. You will notice that also is a presenter. Oh wait, maybe it's this. Oh, why is that? Well, here's my website. I'll show you that real quick. I don't understand why I couldn't go to FEIC 2019. I'll go there in a second. Okay, so this is the webpage that I told about earlier to you. It's FlatEarthDoctrine.com. You go to Flat-Earth-Scriptures, and in here you'll see that I've listed well over 200 Bible verses, all categorized, so that you can do your own research on this from a biblical standpoint. Obviously, science does back this up. There's no contradiction between the science and what God's word says. Not surprising at all. Okay, so there's that, but let me see why. Where's the, oh, maybe it's fe2019.com. That's what it is. Okay, so if you come out here, you'll see that Pat Steer. Oh, look, there's going to be a cruise coming, just so you know. Robbie Davidson, the Flat Earth Pope, is putting together, obviously he's got his conference in November 14th to 15th, 2019. I was a presenter at the 2018 conference in Denver. And I really believe the Lord protected me and had me to go in there so that I could get a better, closer look at what was going on in there. And it was a mess. So look, he's putting out a cruise for 2020. He wants to put that out. Okay, so there's Pat Steer. Of course, you've got, again, Robbie Davidson is the Flat Earth Pope. Okay, this guy right here will have anyone and anything on his stage that pushes Flat Earth, as long as you don't call him out for being a liar, a deceiver, an agent, a hireling, whereby he is. He has a bunch of New Agers, people who claim to be Christians but do not ever share the gospel. At least if they do, it's so rare that it's hardly non-existent. This guy, he's a joke. Jaron is. There's Pat Steer. And then Rob Skiba, of course, he's a big Torah pusher. He likes to deceive people in a false gospel. And Robbie Davidson believes that he's actually a brother in Christ. Robbie Davidson is completely clueless. At the very least, he's clueless. At the worst, he's an intentional deceiver. So this is Pat Steer, who I'm talking about today. All right, so again, this is her or his. I don't know. I really don't know. Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes YouTube channel. So if you look back in history, you'll find that Patricia Steer, Pat Steer, is the owner of A Girl Is a Gun, which was put out in New Orleans. Okay, this is on the Gambit, which I'm going to put all these article links in the video description below so you guys can check it for yourself. But here, let me go to, so first you can see, yep, that she had her own, I don't know what, had its own store in New Orleans. Okay, this is occult stuff right here, dressed in the black and red, and then the white over here. This is satanic. Just the symbolism is all over the place. This was in January 27, 2012. This is October 21st, 2012. So a little bit later in the lifespan of the shop. And let me see if, no, it's not. Okay, so they don't advertise her at the Etsy store in here, but I'm just trying to show the connection that there's a history of this person who has a store called A Girl Is a Gun in New Orleans, okay? And associated to it is, where is it? Here it is. I'll drag this over here. This is the Etsy account. A Girl Is a Gun. Okay, and I just want to show you some of this occult stuff first, just so you can see that this person is no doubt, at the very least, a witch, possibly even a warlock. So that's really satanic in nature. That's very goth. I don't know what this is about. Girls wander by mistake, sisters. Huh. Type O negative. What's that about? What's type O negative about? What is this? This means something, guys. I don't know what it is right now, but I'm going to research that. I don't know what this is about, but it has a blood connotation to it. That's for sure. Bloody Valentine, the Cramps, the Cure. Who's this? I don't know who this is. This is pretty interesting. Looks a little satanic, doesn't it? Electric Wizard. Electric Wizard. And I'm gonna show you guys this. There's this connection to where Pat Steer has work history with transgender. I'm gonna show you this. All right, so here are the Sisters of Mercy, Merciful Release. I wish I could see. I don't know if there's any comments as a response from the seller, but you know, let's see. Shop owner. A Girl Is a Gun. You see this? New Orleans. from 2016 following. Who's this? Who is a girl is a gun following? Lots of wizardry going on here. All right, so that's who is following. Who's who's a follower? Who's this? Athens, Greece. Rock house. Huh. Okay. So that's a very interesting shirt. Okay. New Orleans. See this? Contact. It's not much details, but that's pretty interesting. A girl. This is no doubt the same owner of this. You see that? A girl is a gun. A girl is a gun. New Orleans. This is Pat Steers' Etsy store. Queen. Interesting. Psychic TV. What's that about? What is this? What is this? Who sells this? This sells this. Do you see this? This is a mess, guys. This is a mess. Very big mess. What is this? Ooh, Christian death. Wow. Christian death Roz. Very interesting. Ay. Is anyone out there at all surprised or shocked by what you're seeing right now? This isn't even the worst of it. I haven't even shown you the worst of it yet. Oh. What is this? What is this? Just some innocent Baphomet symbol, right? Sold by a girl as a gun. Oh, she's so convincing every time she speaks on her flat earth and other hot potatoes. Let's see what we have over here. Let me see if I can put on a trash bag and make it look sexy. Look at my black trash bag. This is such a joke, guys. It is such a joke. This is such a joke. Who sells this stuff? Are you serious? This is not your normal lost person. Okay? This is not your normal lost person. This is all about having no fellowship with unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. This is what's happening right now. There are non-Christians out there who do not sell this stuff, okay? This is not your typical non-Christian. This is a Satanist, Luciferian, possibly even a transgender, and I'm going to show you the connection. What is this? Oh, look at that. Baphomet. It's all over. Pat Steer, you are done. Robbie, you're done. You guys are done. Your charades are over. It is done. Finished. You have lost. The fake Christianity, the watered down fake Christianity that Robbie Davidson pushes, you're done. You're done. I now know why the Lord had me go to that conference in 2018 in Denver. I had to meet all of you guys in person so that I could do this. That should be a warning to any other infiltrators out there who are interested in trying to deceive others. You better stay clear away from people like myself who are not going to put up with your shenanigans, because you will be exposed. The reference to a girl is a gun. I would go out tonight, but I haven't. A stitch to wear. The Jesus and Mary chain. Huh. Interesting buttons. Illuminati. Oh, wow. A girl is a gun. Aleister Crowley occult pin set. Oh, how nice. Thanks, Pat. This is awesome. Wow. I just so you guys know, I'm experiencing some of these things for the first time as you are. I'm learning this in a way as you are. What is this right here? Oh, a girl is a gun. An encyclopedia of occultism. Wow. You can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. Dang, my stomach is starting to hurt. This is so sick. So sick. Robbie Davidson, you're done, man. You are done. You are done. You are not recovering from this. It's not happening. You cannot recover from this. Nope. I encourage anyone and everyone who has the ability to download. Oh, look at this confession. I am. That's interesting. Whoever this Sylvia Plath is. Who's Sylvia Plath? Probably a cultist that I'm not even aware of. Please download this video, okay? And I want you to share this wherever you can, all over the place. This video should not be silent. I don't care who you are. Small channel, big channel, share this information, because this is so important. It has got to be exposed. This has got to be exposed, guys. This is irrefutable evidence that Pat Steer is a witch or a warlock. And I'm going to get to it. I haven't even gotten there yet. Possibly, more than likely, even a transgender. I'm going to show you the association. Wow. It's over here. So this was all the clothing. Oh, okay. So did I look at everything? Let's look at the books. Okay. So you've got Slaughterhouse 5, Children's Crusade, which I don't know. I'm not familiar with this. I don't know what this is. Fourth generation German American, now living in easy circumstances on Cape Cod. So I don't know. I really don't know what this is. But let's go back to the books. Okay. So there's the occult book. What's this one? Rules of Attraction, a novel by Bret Easton Ellis, author of Less Than Zero. Dark satirical take on collegiate life, peace, I don't know what that is. Okay, but yeah. What is this one? What is this one? Joseph Campbell, Transformations of Myth Through Time. Origins of Man and Myth, Where People Lived, Gods and Goddesses in the Neolithic Period, Myth of Osiris, Buddhism, Yoga, Mystery Religions in ancient Greece, Tibetan Book of the Dead. Wow. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Illiterate Passion. I'm not sure what that is. Okay. All right. So I think we've gone. Let me just make sure I've covered everything that needs to be covered in here. I think I got all this stuff covered. We got stickers. Did I go through stickers? Yeah. Yeah. Went through stickers. Russian roulette. Who is this? Oh, that's an occult symbol right there around the neck. Okay. All right, so we went through that. Okay, next. Now this is where it gets super duper interesting, okay? This is published August 25th, 2011, okay? Just what is that place, A Girl Is a Gun, on Magazine Street? For the past month, the storefront near the corner of Magazine and State streets has been a bit of a mystery in the making. The windows are covered in brown paper with two large question marks written on the front. Above the door hangs a red sign with the cryptic name, A Girl Is a Gun. On a recent night, I pulled into the gas station across the street. While filling up, I noticed the lights were on in the shop, but the doors were shut. So I walked over and knocked. Inside, Patricia Steer was putting the finishing touches on her new women's clothing boutique. The location previously housed Shufti, and Steer is doing a total remodel, putting a sleek stamp on the white rectangular space. The name may sound vaguely familiar to fans of French cinema. It's also the title of a 1971 French Western, which I haven't even checked this out. Curious what that is. Steer, who previously ran the Betsy Johnson shop, do you hear that? Steer ran, meaning probably at the very least a manager. Steer, who previously ran the Betsy Johnson shop in Canal Place, is still rounding out the merchandise in her new boutique so that, she says, must remain a mystery until the doors open next month. You guys ever heard of Betsy Johnson? Let's take a look. Betsy Johnson. Betsy Johnson. Yeah, most people who I interact with probably have no clue what Betsy Johnson is. And nor would I expect them to. Betsy Johnson. Who does Betsy Johnson cater to? Do you have any guess? Just take a shot in the dark. Who do you think that Betsy Johnson caters to? From a transgender designer, clothing that fits you. Leo has created a line of clothing meant to more easily fit the bodies of transgender people. I want to offer people clothing that makes you feel like you can be a part of society, he says. Girl has got a gun. Girl has got a what? Girl has something more than a gun. Who ran this shop. So one little stitch up the side of a pocket can make a world of difference. A few inches trimmed from the shoulders of a shirt can transform a shape, and more importantly, make the wearer feel like their true self, their true gender. Leo designed his new, I'm not sure, I don't know what this, Eponius? I'm not sure. I've never seen this word. Apologize. Line of clothing. What is that word? E-P-O-N-Y. E-P-N-Y. What is this word? Giving their name to something. Eponymous. Okay. New word for me. Learning something new. Aside from learning who this person is, we now know what this word means. Eponymous. Line of clothing for transgender people out of necessity. Rue, or Ra, I'm not sure how you pronounce the last name. Rue, I'll just say Rue. 31 transitioned from female to male. Look at this. This is a female to male. Female to male, right here. Would you ever have guessed it? Would you? Think about it. This world's getting more strange by the moment. Transitioned from female to male in 2012 and struggled to find clothes that didn't hug his curves, rather her curves, or highlight her narrow shoulders. It was a daily frustration because clothes are such a huge part of the transgender story. One of the ways you first start experimenting with gender are different pronouns, maybe a different name. Rue said the other day, sitting in a coffee shop near her, not really his, her West Seattle home, clothing is right up there with that. It's how we show up in the world, she said. How we present ourselves is through clothing, but finding the right fit presents a huge challenge. Trans men, those born female but identifying as male, tend to be smaller than cisgender males, those who identify with the gender they were at birth, meaning their true and only gender. They also, not those who identify with the gender, no, it's just what they are. They also have wider hips and more narrow shoulders. Trans women, those born male, identify as female, tend to be taller than cisgender women. They also have narrower hips and are more muscular and angular. We tend to make do with clothing, Ruth said. We hunt for it and we make do with what we find. For him and most transgender males, that means rolling up jeans, shopping in the boys' department. They're adolescent styles, but at least they fit. A transgender woman will wear a cardigan to camouflage broader shoulders, or a dress with an empire waistline. That, as Rue put it, takes the hips out of the equation. People never find their personal style because of all this, Rue said. And you think if a clothing company could just incorporate things from the ground up, that would go a long way to finding a solution to all these problems. Oh, really? So the problem is the clothing. Oh, okay. Glad you're fixing the real problem, Rue. Oh, man, what would we do without people like this? He couldn't find one, so he started his own. Rather, she couldn't find one, so she started her own. Rue is a massage therapist who never designed clothing before. That's unless you count the chain mail shirt I made during high school, she cracked. So she started with the basics, jeans and shirts and one dress design, nothing flashy or fancy, which is all she sees when she looks at online clothing sites for transgender people. There's a lack of casual clothing that fits us well and flatters us the way we want to be flattered, she said, clothing that gets our gender. Rather, your false gender, your fake identity. You are fakes and frauds. Fakes and frauds for trying to deceive people that you were something that you were not. You are a liar, and the truth is not in you. Clothing that also makes you feel confident and safe. To be able to pick up a pair of jeans as opposed to agonizing and wondering, what are people thinking of me when they look at me from behind? Ooh, girl has got a gun. Girl has got a gun. He said, people can look at your hips and you feel unsafe. Girl has got a gun. Okay, sorry, this is just too interesting. There's a lot of angst. Rue's pattern maker has worked for Levi's, Betsy Johnson, and Cirque du Soleil. I don't know how you pronounce that. Apologize. And he got feedback from therapists who work with transgender people before cutting any fabric. Roe put his clothing online. Okay, so he's also worked for Betsy Johnson. Betsy Johnson, let's see here, is let me go to this one here. So this is his clothing line, but he also worked, or she rather, worked with, okay, what is this? Seriously? I'm not interested in all that. I can't believe you gotta do that to go into their store. Okay. So, Betsy Johnson. Yeah. Let's see here. What's this? Do I have this one open? Okay. So this is in 2017. An interview with Betsy Johnson at the 2017 ACE Awards. Betsy Johnson is the fashion industry resident free spirit. Let me find. And sorry, my computer's going slow. Okay, so here we go. Teen Vogue, I want to talk about diversity because I feel like you were booking models of different race and ages and sizes very early on. It seems the industry is slowly starting to catch up, but you were really a pioneer in that way. Betsy Johnson, I remember in 2004, I had 3 gorgeous transgender models on the runway. That was my strength in a way. That I did what I thought I was what I thought was going to work, and I never paid attention to the industry's rules. I allowed myself to have freedom in casting and still do. I earned that. I worked for that freedom. So in 2004, Betsy Johnson already was putting transgender models on the runway. Do you think that that's still happening today? I'd take a wild guess and say, yeah, it is. Definitely is happening today. Oh my gosh. Okay, so drag queens, a transgender bride walk Betsy Johnson's. Again, the connection here is Girl Has Got a Gun. Pat Steer, I found, has witchcraft stuff, occultic stuff on Etsy site all over the place. It's disgusting. Found an old post from 2011 when Pat was going to launch a Girl Is a Gun store in New Orleans, where there's a reference that Steer, who previously ran the Betsy Johnson shop in Canal Place, so meaning was a manager in this place, The owner of this place is huge into the transgender movement. Huge. Drag queens, a transgender bride walk, as well as they hire people who create their own transgender outfits, such as this former, well, truly only a woman who wants to be a man, Leo. So this is the kind of stuff that's coming out of Betsy Johnson's company. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to leave all the articles in the video description below so that you can see it for yourself. But just so you know, girl has got I don't know what else to say, but that a dude is a gun. Okay. I don't know that 100%, but just follow the breadcrumb trail. It leads to a connection very easily. So if this person is trying to hide that they're not a Satanist and that they're not into the occult, what else is that person hiding? What else? Dude has got a gun. Dude has got a gun. Dude has got a gun.